Hey guys, and welcome back to the island. I left my computer for a little while, and I came back to some bad news. This, there was a zombie in here. It killed my villagers. So it killed my breeding villagers, and then came down here and killed like every one of every one of my villagers. I don't know. Alright, all those are dead. Some of them converted to zombie villagers. I'm playing on normal mode, so there's only like a 50% chance that they live and turn into zombie. So this is how many's left. And I moved two to this back side. He didn't find these two, thank goodness. But yeah, uh, major setback. Uh, it sucks. I don't know if it's worth trying to cure all of them. That's a lot of gold. And I really don't have that much gold right now. So I'm probably just gonna kill them and start over. Sucks. I'm gonna have to move. Luckily, we had these trapped in here where nothing could get to them besides cats, apparently. But at least we have enough to start over. I could just move two of those back up to the breeder and start breeding them back up again. But all these book trades take forever to go through and find. So I really But I mean, at least we have tools to get us by and stuff for now. It's just, I don't know how long this will take to, to get everything set back up. Okay, well, I'm just gonna show you guys. I guess I need to put some kind of protection around these guys. The breeder, I mean, he just climbed right over. That was just dumb of me to leave the blocks like this, where they could just walk in. I was just so I didn't think anything would get to us because nothing spawns here, but I do still have that little pad out there. I'm sure that's probably what happened. Which also, I think on this side, yeah. So see these grass blocks? So this is an ocean biome. So he could have spawned like right here and walked right to them. That's probably what happened. Oh well. Learn from our mistakes. Be better. Alright, here we go. Just kill him. Alright guys, I guess I'll be back in a few days or something whenever I get done breeding villagers again. Well, that took about forever, but I got some of our villagers back. Still got a bunch left over. Got our iron traders. Nothing interesting there. But I got most of them all leveled up. I still like several. Still haven't found all the book trades. I got some of them. Mending, Silk Touch is back. Fortune's back. Got a Protection 4 guy. Now that was, I didn't even have that one, so but I needed it for armor. And I got Feather Falling 4, which is nice. I didn't have that one before either. But I don't know. I've been bored trading with them. It takes forever. And I also added in a few more clerics so I could buy redstone. I've been doing a lot of redstone stuff lately. Speaking of which, we will go take a look at what we've been working on. Um, so I built a bamboo farm. I don't know why I don't know if it was the last episode or when it was. We went and done the slime farm. Thought I needed slime balls for this, for sticky pistons. But this design doesn't take any slime balls. I could have built this earlier. It's really just a lot of redstone. Let's see if I can get up here. Huh, yeah, well, not ideal. Let's see if I have dirt. Yeah, dirt. These are just for the unloading system here. Let's see. We'll climb up here. It's not exactly perfect. I need to build these walls up higher because the bamboo is growing higher than the walls and it gets stuck on the side of the wall. It doesn't really matter if I lose a little bit. I'm not that worried about it. But basically, I have an observer in the center on both sides, and it fires off all the pistons once one bamboo shoot grows up in front of that one. And then I have hopper mine carts underneath to collect the items. And they come down, drop into this chest, and I hooked up one of these auto crafters again. And we've already got several stacks of bamboo blocks. And you know, now that how easy this is to set up, I'm thinking about just setting up multiple of these and having it like auto craft chest and stuff for us. I don't know. It was an idea I had while I was working on this. It wasn't really that, it didn't take that long to set up. So I don't know. Might do that later. And this is the main project I've been messing with lately. So I've been working on our cobble generator. Let me put this bamboo up. I don't want it in my inventory. And we'll just throw it in there. Alright, so yeah. Um, I've hooked up a bunch of crazy redstone so I can turn on and off the cobble generator from down here now. And then I've hooked up a minecart to pull all of the stone or the cobblestone. So all the cobble that gets blowed up in our generator lands in these chests here. And then I have a hopper minecart to pull out of the furnace or out of the chest and put them into these furnaces. And I just put in several lines of furnaces back through here. Another minecart running to collect the items, and then can't really see it from this side, but I also have another minecart in the center that runs on the, oh, right here. Yeah, here we go. This minecart is going to run around to add fuel into the back. That's what this chest is going to be for. I'm going to hook up a, probably have another minecart running to fill this chest up with lava eventually. I haven't hooked that up yet, but this has took quite a while to run all these redstone lines. This is just the unloading. Anything that gets smelted will go into these chests. I was gonna put the fuel, which we're gonna use lava. I was gonna put the fuel chest there, but I don't think I'm going to anymore. I'm thinking about putting it over here on this side. I just started putting some stone bricks down. Thinking about putting our input for the fuel like right in here somewhere maybe, and then it'll go to that chest up and over. But I'm about to move our lava generator and build a better automatic one. It won't be fully automatic, but I'm gonna set up more cauldrons. I crafted a whole stack. I don't think I'm gonna use a whole stack, but I went ahead and crafted them. We have plenty of iron now. We've even all the trading I went through again to uh, to get our iron traders back and leveled up. Um, I don't know how much iron I got. I haven't even looked in a while. I've been messing with that smelter system for a couple hours probably. Let's see. Bottom chest is completely full. I can't click the second one. Yeah, so it's just now starting on the second chest. Not too bad. And I've traded like most of all these guys are leveled up all the way. That one is. That one is. That one's not. He's an expert though. One more trade and he would be maxed out. This one's the same way. That one still lacks a good bit. Yeah, as you get down, they're not leveled up as much. I just got tired of trading. I literally just got done doing it, and yeah, they all got 8. But I did need a lot of redstone, so I have been trading iron for emeralds, emeralds for redstone, and I've used up. I had like almost 2 rows of redstone stuff in here, and I've used up the majority of it already today. Just on the bamboo farm and this smelter system that I'm trying to hook up. But yeah, I've been debating on where I want to put like our main storage for over here on the island. I don't really know what I want to do yet. I don't want it. I don't want it by this thing because this thing makes a lot of noise. If I leave it running, which it's not going to be running that much. The thing is like stupid fast at getting cobble, but I do want to just be able to go turn it on and walk away from it. I don't want it near the storage system. So I'm thinking like maybe in the middle of right here, kind of where all this water is for our main storage, which would mean we would have to build you know, a room, fill all this water in, which would, I mean, that's fine. It's just blocks, but yeah, I don't know. Just been working on this little smelter system. I think this thing will be pretty handy whenever I get done with it. I'm also thinking about a way to, I mean, right now it's just going to be for converting cobble into stone. I didn't really think about it until after, I spent a couple hours building it here, putting all these furnaces and all this stuff down. And I thought, what if I wanted to smelt glass in mass quantities? Then if I turn this on, it's going to pull all that out. So I may hook up a separate line or a separate minecart that somehow diverts the track to not go across here. That's the idea anyway. Like some kind of intersection here maybe. Just to go across the furnaces only and smelt sand or whatever else we might want to smelt. I don't know. Still thinking about it. It's probably going to be a couple day project. I don't know that I'll finish it anytime soon, but anyway, just thought I would give you guys a little progress update. I didn't want to record myself doing the boring task of picking up lecterns and placing them back down looking for book trades. Man, that thing, they really need like modded, I mean, I know the villagers are kind of cheaty anyways, but I mean, I wish you could just choose what enchantment you wanted. That would be so much easier. And I mean, pretty much you can, right? It's just the matter of how much time do you want to spend picking up lecterns? I don't know why. I don't know why they don't just make us, pay for it in some other way. Like like in modded, for instance, you can there's an item. It kind of resembles this. Honestly, it's called an enchanter, and you put like if you want feather falling, you have to put feathers along with your emeralds. You put like if you want feather falling 4, you would put a whole stack of emeralds, and I don't remember how many feathers it is. Just a few feathers, maybe like I think it may be 64 feathers also. But like if you want feather falling 1, it's cheaper on emeralds and feathers. I think it's like 4 emeralds and 1 feather or something like that for feather falling 1. And each item or whatever, each enchantment has its own separate price. I think that's a pretty cool idea how modded has done it. That's an old mod anyway, Ender.io mod. Anyway, enough talking and chitty chatting about that. I'm just tired of flipping through lecterns. Anyways, guys, I think I'm gonna piddle around on this smelter thing some more, and I'll show you guys what it looks like when we get done with it. Well, I've been working a little longer on the smelter here, getting a little closer, I think. I added a flip switch here. My sign is backwards now because I broke this track and replaced it, and it switched directions on me. But I have this to where I can select down, should pull stone from these chests going this way and run through the furnaces, or up is going to come over this way and pull items from this chest. And I added a detector rail here with a pulse detector or pulse extender, whatever. Um, I'll show you. Let me grab some cobble real quick. Let's see, we'll just grab a stack so we can count how many it's gonna pull out. Alright, so this is the on and off switch for it. So that sends it off. We're gonna put our stack of cobble in there, and comes back, it sits there for a while, it picks up 25 items, which is exactly how many furnaces we have. We have 5 lines of 5, and it drops them all off. It comes back and picks up some more, and it should be fast enough to where it doesn't finish smelting the first items before it makes it back and drops off more. But yeah, pretty easy little setup with the pulse extender with the comparators. And it's already done. And then the on and off switch here, I just have a redstone line coming off of this lever going to this torch to turn on that power there to power that repeater that turns that rail on and off. And then I also have put a chest here. It's going to be our fuel input. So we're going to have another cart running down there and around and up this rail to drop off items into this chest, which there's a hopper underneath it, to add lava buckets to our fuel system. And those are just, we're going to leave those two running constantly. And I was about to try to hook up a system here to where we can get lava buckets easier. And now that I'm thinking about it, only having 20 something lava buckets at a time may not even be fast enough for me. I may want to build this thing bigger. So I may need to do like a chain 12 out, like a pretty much a square of this. Go out and around and then back. A bigger conveyor belt, basically. Hmm. Yeah, let me mess around with it for a bit and see what I can come up with. Okay, guys. Well, I decided to change it up. I was just gonna do like 12 and 12 and have them run around. I instead am doing them in a big square. And I've kind of got this automated, although I don't know if it's really worth it or not. I have a little flip switch to turn on the conveyor belt that'll send them all in a circle so you can just stand here with your buckets and fill them all up. But now I've been I've been filling them up like as uh as they fill up or whatever. Yeah. So like all of these hoppers all hold 5 buckets plus the furnace. So that's 6 buckets per furnace, and then we have this chest full also. So there's several buckets of lava already in uh, in the system. But I thought about now I have this big wide open space here. I thought about just filling this whole thing in with lava and dripstone and just completely filling it full of cauldrons. But and then I was walking across the top of this with buckets, right? And one of my buckets fell in the lava. hmm So maybe that's not a good idea. I don't know. I may just leave it like this. And eventually, we probably won't even use that much lava. I'll probably switch over to like blaze rods and coal and stuff eventually. But this is very handy for right now. But because we don't have any blaze rods or coal. But that is on the to-do list is to start working in the nether. So I think I'm gonna call it here for the smelter. It pretty fun little project getting all these mine carts working and everything hooked up the way I want it to work. Bunch of levers and buttons and stuff. I like that kind of stuff in my worlds. Anyway, I think that'll do us for a while. And oh, I tore out. There was like that big mound of dirt here with the old lava dripstone stuff up there. Tore all that down, flattened all this out. Tools are getting kind of weak. I have to repair them. They both have mending on them, so I could just trade with villagers and, make sure I have them selected when I'm doing that and get the repair on them. But yeah, I think I'm gonna go and set up a enchantment table, an actual, 15 bookshelf enchantment table, and try to get some better armor. And I'm gonna run the smelter for a while and get some more stone built up. And we will probably start working in the nether pretty soon. I'm gonna want a couple of bases in the nether probably. One which we'll probably work on first will be the at the nether fortress. I already found the nether fortress and made a pathway over there. I'll probably hook up some railways to it. I even have a wither skeleton skull already. I got it like the first time I went out there. Super lucky. I only killed like maybe 5 wither skeletons and got a skull. Like as you see, I only got one blaze rod, but yeah, I have a wither skull. It's pretty crazy. Which I do have looting 3 on the sword. This is where I've been keeping my dirt. All the dirt that's came from tearing down the island. That's what I was gonna say. Oh, I was gonna show you how I've been getting all these rails, in case you guys were wondering. Mm, Old school rail duper here. I changed it to a detector rail not long ago. I needed a couple of detector rails for the smelter, but we're about to build another rail in the nether. I'll show you this real quick. Not that we actually need rails, but basically you just have your rails on top of there, on top of the slime box, on a sticky piston with an observer with the dot in the back, 2 redstone dust on top of that, and you flip this on and it spits rails off for some weird reason and apparently moves the wall back and forth. Anyways, it's free rails. I don't have any gold right now to actually craft them myself. Plus this is way easier, so kind of cheaty, but I do like kind of exploiting the game or using it to its fullest as we play here. So I don't know. This has been in the game forever. So I think if they didn't want you to do it, they would have nerfed it at least by now. And it does seem to be a lot slower than it used to be. Like I remember building this way back. I don't even know how long ago. 1.8 or something. Probably when slime blocks first came out, or maybe observers first came out rather. No, I think you could even do it without an observer at first. But this thing, it would sling rails everywhere. Like the first time when I built one, we built like a whole room to contain it with water troughs running down, and we would dupe like all the rails at a time and had them automatically sorted. And we just had tons of rails. But that world, we also had like um, a big train system at the top of our base that went toward every, like we had a guardian farm that was like thousands of blocks away, but you could ride a rail all the way to it, and along the pathway we had like cool builds to look at, like islands full of stuff and big castles on mountains and stuff like that. It was like almost like the train tour rides or whatever people go on. It's kind of like that. Anyway, we had to have a ton of rails on that world. But that's how I've been getting them all to do this smelter and stuff like that. I even have a rail over to my slime farm now. It's in the nether. Just a quicker way to get there if I need to go do something and have to leave my computer for a little bit. I've been just putting like going AFK up in the top of the at the slime farm just so we get some slime balls because that's basically the only AFK farm that I have at the moment. I don't like leaving my guy here anymore because remember what happened last time with the stinking villagers. I gotta fix it to where nothing can get to them. I don't know. It may be a simple fix. Like I broke a block here where they can't get across, but they could still spawn, in these grass blocks, stuff like that. Also, I am thinking about putting a mob spawner out here because this pad works unbelievably well for how small it is. Like when I was getting those zombies for the iron farm, I mean it just stayed with 6 or 8 mobs on that one little bitty pad all the time. So I think the spawn rates would be really good out here for a mob farm. I mean, not like crazy good, but if we built something that would just run constantly, we would probably have a small trickle of mob drops constantly. Just while as we're working and building stuff out here, it would just constantly have stuff spawning in it. I think I may work on that soon too, which the design that I want to do requires ice. So I'm gonna have to go back out there and collect some more ice, which is no big deal. It's just a quick little boat ride over to the ice box. Oh, I don't even think I've showed you guys this either. I built this. Well, I think I built it while I was working on the villager thing. I built an automatic wheat farm. This is my second version. I didn't know, but they must have changed something with villagers recently, or since last I played. I won't say recently. Um, but used to, at first, I had rails underneath the whole farm with a hopper minecart to pick up the wheat. I would fill their inventory with seeds, and then they couldn't pick up anything but seeds. That's how I built them forever in the past. Well, apparently that doesn't work anymore because even though they quit picking up seeds, like I threw out like 10 or 12 stacks of seeds. They wouldn't pick up any more, but yet they would still pick up the wheat every time. I tried it with like 3 or 4 different villagers. Every one of them picked up wheat. I don't know. I don't know what the deal is with that, but it doesn't work anymore. So I changed the design here. Um, I have hoppers under every block to where as soon as they pick it, pick the crop, it instantly gets sucked down by the hoppers, so they don't get anything. Hope is the idea. Sometimes they can occasionally pick it up, but most of the time they don't. But if they do pick it up, they will try to trade with one another, and when they throw it out of their inventory, the item the next player and or villager, it takes it like a half a second or so to be able to actually pick up the item, and the hopper will always pick it up before a player or a villager can pick it up. So if they happen to get crops in their inventory, eventually they do throw it out. Could be wheat, should be wheat, but sometimes they could occasionally craft bread, and and then there is composters on the sides, but I put trapdoors on the roof where they can't get to them. Otherwise, they would just make bone meal. So you have to put these trapdoors on the top. I put glowstone in the roof just so the crops grow a little faster. Another composter on this side because I have 2 villagers. And then, I don't know if y'all can see, there's a dropper right there. And I have oh, down here, I have a item filter that filters out the seeds and puts them in this dropper. And I got a clock run on that dropper to spit the seeds back up top to them. So every time they harvest something and it gets seeds out, it comes through here and gets dispensed up to them. So their inventory will always be full of seeds. And it's done fairly well. I don't know how long I've had this running, but I haven't really used much of the wheat either. I still have several stacks of it from manually harvesting wheat. But yeah, I, I, I do eventually. I know we're gonna need like target blocks and stuff. and wheat to feed our sheep and cows. So, and plus we needed a ton of bread to resupply our villagers that all got ate by the zombie. hmm So I set that little farm up. I do plan on making a couple more for carrots and potatoes, but not really high up on the priority list here. Still working on getting things that we actually need at the moment. Uh, we're still at the beginning stages, I guess you could say, even though we do have super tools and all that already. Bunch of automatic farms, but it's still early. Still early. We're gonna get we're gonna get way more than this eventually, and that's what we're planning for. I'm hoping that we can set up a good I don't know what you want to call it. Not really a mob farm in the Nether Fortress, but I at least want to make it to where I can navigate it a little easier, kind of create some more spawn points if I can, and make it to where we're not getting shot at constantly. Just make it safer, I guess, to where we can go in there and kill a bunch of withers and blazes. And I haven't found a blaze spawner yet, but I wouldn't mind finding a blaze spawner because I do like having the blaze rods. Pretty handy for smelting. And obviously killing the wither skeletons also gives you coal for smelting. Pretty handy. So yeah, I think that'll be probably next on the to-do list is working in the nether. And I don't know if I'll record much of it. It'll probably be a lot pretty boring. Just walking around and a lot of block placement. Nothing nothing too exciting, I guess, unless you find fighting blazes exciting. The withers are not bad to me. The blaze are awful. They're hard to kill, which I am gonna do before I go. I am gonna get armored up a lot better, and I'll probably even try to get a bow, like a good bow, like a infinity. I hope I get infinity. I'll have to have infinity because I only have 9 arrows. So I'll have to either get a villager for infinity or I am gonna build the enchantment room. So maybe I get lucky, but uh, as you guys have noticed if you've been watching this series, I'm not very lucky. If it's lucky, it's the other end of the spectrum for me. Everything is bad luck, like your villagers getting ate or creeper blowing your base up, stuff like that. That's no normal luck that I have. Anyways, guys, I'm going to call it an episode here for today. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Um, building our smelter. This thing's pretty crazy. It'll be super helpful, though. It's going to provide us with all the stone that we could ever want. And I do like building out of the stone bricks and the smooth stone. So, and once we get sand, which I don't have very much sand, I've only made like one trip out there to the desert and like got a full inventory worth, but don't have shulker boxes yet or anything, so kind of a slower process. Anyway, thanks for watching, guys. We'll see you next time. Have a good one.